It just shows the reality of society where we still care about what women feel or what women going through, and always being there for women who supposedly broken or young. And I'm not taking anything from what she's saying. I would like to dissect some more of the past situation, but I won't go in there. But I still don't see how we haven't addressed the topic again. It says gold digger is a word used by broke men. Hold on, me only, and yeah, broke men only. Wealthy men have no problem providing for their woman. So in the fact that we're speaking about broke men, do we also accept the fact that if we're going to look at women who are broke, most black women make less than black men? Why is it's still okay to shame men? Like what? How do we define a broke man? Me and Paris did this before. If we're saying a gold digger is a word used by broke men only, what do we mean by broke men? And why are we shaming brothers if they are broke? If black men women make less than black men and they're single mothers and we call them strong and independent and we say they're trying women, why do we shame brothers for the same thing? And if those women can provide, is a broke man able to provide? If broke women are able to provide, isn't a broke man able to provide? And I feel like, again, this is something that shames men. It belittles men who aren't wealthy. But why is it this the wealthy man can provide, but a man who isn't broke or has a substantial amount of money be able to provide? But we're not addressing the fact, again, this is saying gold digger. We're not even dissecting relationships, right? We know that there's gold diggers out there, and a lot of relationships aren't working because a man's finances isn't enough. You know, a woman wants you to finance her whole life, her whole lifestyle, her luxury, and she doesn't want to put no work into it. So I would think that that's what we're addressing. We shouldn't be like, we could dissect relationships, but I thought we were dissecting the fact that we're speaking on gold diggers. There's wealthy men that know about gold diggers. There's broke men that know about gold diggers. The average man knows that majority of relationships are not working because what a man does is not enough. Most women want more than providing. Most women want you to finance her dreams. Most women want you to say what she thinks, care about what she cares about, lead her to which direction she wants to go. It ain't just about providing, and that's why a lot of relationships don't work. There's a lot of men who could provide for their relationships, but a lot of men get with women who are typically toxic. They're undesirable. They don't really know how to communicate. They don't know how to love. They don't know how to cook. They don't know how to cater. They don't know how to clean. They don't know how to work for a family. They don't know how to work for a man. They don't know how to work for a baby. So then they'll talk about a man's finances when I thought we're just good enough. I thought we were 50-50, like Sweeney said. Y'all say we're 50-50 and we're equal. So shouldn't a woman be providing too? Why are we still talking about a man providing? The woman should be providing too. So if we're in this nuance of where there's not a traditional man and traditional woman, that means she need to be providing too. So why can't two incomes come into the household? Because what is she doing? A lot of women are working for another man and paying another woman to watch her kids. What is it that a man's getting in these relationships with women? That's all I want to know. I don't know how we went to where we went to when I thought we were dissecting what a gold digger was versus the nature of a woman.
And also, I wanted to say to that point, there's some women who are just not appreciative. They got men that they're with, taking care of them and the family, but that's not enough because they want a bigger house. Okay, I want a house with 6 bedrooms. This 3 bedroom is too small. Why'd you buy me that used car? I want a new car. So there's men out here, doing what they're supposed to do as far as you having a roof over your head and having, 4 wheels to drive on. But then that's broke. Sometimes people say, okay, well, you didn't buy me new car, so now you broke. You didn't buy me this type of shoe, so now you broke. So I think that we need to make sure, I think what Paris was saying is that we need to make sure that we are growing together, building together from the start. And then maybe, you can have these things later on, but just don't expect it from the jump. Your first year of your relationship into a marriage, second year, sometimes it takes a while to get these things. So
Yeah, it's really shaming at the basis of it. It's really women trying to manipulate men into doing things and providing for them because ideally we've let scammers and celebrities run the sector what relationships should be. But even when you listen to Kim Kardashian, the main reason why her and Kanye even broke up was because he felt like all he needed was money to replace everything else that she needed. But women don't listen to that. You still need men to come in and provide those other things that they can show you, hey, this is what comes under my leadership. This is what comes under my provision. Broke men are not the only men who call women gold diggers. Rich men do too. They talk about it in the NBA. They give them whole scripts and tell them to be aware. They tell them about that in the NFL. It's been a thing going on for a long period of time. It don't matter what sector of men you get in, they understand what a gold digger is. And some men play the game and some men don't.
Right. All right. Big and Chef, are you coming back on cam? Big and Chef, are you there? Oh, okay.
Can we also put to bed something real quick? Now, in all my years of talking to people, I've never heard anybody that was okay with 50-50 expecting their woman to do all the household work. Never in my life. That doesn't even work in real relationships that I've seen. It doesn't work because life has a way of making that work. Like life shows you that you can't, that's impossible. So I've never seen a situation where men go 50-50 or are willing to go 50-50, expect their women to be the full-blown submissive, don't do anything but take care of the house type of woman. Do you know who I do hear say that? Men who have the money to take care of their women. They are the only men that I've ever heard say, I need my woman to be at home and she doesn't need a job. It's the men that can provide that. Stop lying on these men that are going 50-50 in their relationships. They don't say that shit. I've never seen it.
And can I ask a question to y'all real quick? Just a question. Who's just cooking and cleaning? Is that a lot of work? Like the typical woman is already a single mom, right? So she's already doing cooking and cleaning in her own house. The majority of y'all aren't having new kids with these dudes. Like, just look at the typical situation. A dude is dating a woman, they don't have a child together and they just are dating, or either a dude dates a woman who has a child and she's taking care of her own child. It's not a lot of these dudes out here, because you already know the second a woman gets pregnant, they break up. So people ain't together when the baby be born. The woman gets the hell on the second she gets her baby, she's out because that's really all she wanted. So most of these situations is a man and a woman living in the house and she's bringing her child into the house. And then now it's like, I can't believe I'm doing 50-50. You were doing this shit before you met the man because it's your own child. Am I wrong or what?
You're 100% right.
Well, I believe that it becomes a lot of work when you have a lot of kids. But if it's just you, your man, and a child, right, or whatever your point, then it still can be a little hard. Only if I guess if the lady's working, 40 hours or overtime, and then she has to come home. Same thing she was doing when she was single. Yes, I understand, but then she got with the man, right? Because she assumed that the man was going to start providing, right? So as long as they have a dynamic of an agreement saying, hey, you're going to take over, you're just going to be the stepfather, and you're working in that way, then the man is, technically supposed to provide for that mother and the child that he decided to be with as well. That's choices. But I think what you're saying is that women are already doing it and they expect the men to do it, whoever they're messing with, not in a serious note. But
serious. They move in together, but she's doing all of the work on her own in her own life. They didn't make a kid together and she's taking care of a 1-year-old. She got a 9-year-old and she's taking on the practice, all the stuff that she's been doing. And then her and a man moves in together, whatever, gets married or whatever. And all of a sudden, all the shit that she's been doing for the last 9 years, all of a sudden is now a problem. And she's mad at the man. And one of the main things that the man is providing that is not financial, he's a father figure to her big-headed ass child. So even if he don't do nothing, he's still providing something that wasn't there in the first place.